Back your ball, motherfucker.
Here comes Hypnosis.
Okay.
Brace yourself.
I am the monster of madness.
Oh, I've seen this coat, sucker.
And this is the I. And Honky Tonk Man, this is my You Shoot challenge against you. Talk about Hulk Hogan and how great he is.
A Hulk Hogan could touch you and you never felt it.
You're just a Hulkamania stooge, Honky Tonk Man. You're just trying to get spotlight from wherever you can. You know what, Honky Tonk Man? You need to leave the spotlight to people that deserve it. You need to stop trying to steal the spotlight by doing shoots on people and getting their name out. You're like creating fake feuds with your cousin Jerry Lawler. How'd that work out for you? And if you ended up in the same ring with me, you find out very fast that your shake, rattle, and roll is no match for my mind control. I'm mind control.
I'm not sure there's really a question in there.
Well, it'd take me about 2 seconds to kill this motherfucker. I mean, first thing I'd do is bitch slap him and make him start crying. And then I'd grab him by the hair of the head and sling him around like a fucking wet noodle. And that'd be, I mean, the eye. What the fuck?
Well, he meant, what's the Hulkamania Stooge reference?
I have no idea. I've never stooged for Hulkamania. I'm probably one of the foremost critics of Hulkamania, not with Hulkamania's ability to change the business or ability to sell tickets or to be one of the most recognizable characters in the world. Now, listen, I'll be honest with you. You got to be fucking living in a cave not to know who Hulk Hogan is. The President of the United States, whoever it might be at that time, and Muhammad Ali. And now Tiger Woods. There's four of the most recognizable people on this fucking planet. And I think if they have television on Mars, people would know the President, Ali, Tiger Woods, and Hogan. So, the eye. I'm not stooging up to Hogan. Hogan's a piece of shit. He's a no good motherfucker. He never carries his wallet. He's always bumming pills and dope. Fuck him. So, the eye.
Well, that kind of answers Peter from Melbourne's question. What is Hulk Hogan like away from the camera?
He never carries a wallet. And he's always coming for pills. And he never shares his dope, ever. He never invited me to his room and said, here, come on, brother, let's go get, I got some good shit. Let's go get, blow a little bone and get a little weed going. So.
You don't talk to him at all?
No.
No chance of being on Hogan Knows Best, I guess.
He don't pay.
Oh.
Those guys went there. He flew them down. He gave them a meal at his house, a barbecue. Nobody got fucking paid.
The wrestlers that were
he don't pay them fucking guys. They got nothing.
Wow.
A bunch of marks went there. Every one of you fuckers that went there was a bunch of fucking marks because you didn't get paid. And I hope he has you here because he'll pay you. And I hope he asks you, did Hogan pay you? And if you say yes, you're a lying motherfucker. Because I know you went there, he paid your trance, he put you in a hotel, you had a barbecue at his house, swum around the swimming pool, and you got no payday. His fucking kids make $150,000 that day for that show. You know what you fucking marks got? Zero.
Wow. Write that down. We pay better than Hogan.
Yeah, exactly. As a Sheik would say, exactly.
Oh, man. Jacko says, Honky Tonk Man, how did you manage to travel with Jimmy Hart when he was so buried up Hogan's ass? But I don't think at that time
At that time, he was not up Hogan's ass. He was up the office ass. So Jimmy and I were good together. I can't say anything. I can't. You know, it's like the gears when the old stick shift. When you miss a gear, it grinds. But when you hit the gear, the car goes. And our gears worked, and we did very well. We did very well together.
You know, back to
we fell apart toward the end because it would be like you and I. If we sat in this hotel room for the next 6 days, on day 5, somebody's going to get fucked up. I mean, you're either going to fuck me up or I'm going to fuck you up. It's just one of those things. It's confined quarters. It's traveling together day after day after day. And then finally 2 people just... You can never get... When somebody says, I've been married to the same old gal for 50 years and we're in... listen, what kind of whips and chains you got in that fucking bedroom? Because I'm gonna tell you, you married to the same old gal for 50 years, you're gonna have problems. And if you're married to Jimmy Hart and he's married to me, see, Jimmy never drank, smoked, took any drugs. He was the straightest guy I ever knew. He chased a few whores now, but I would drink, smoke, do the drugs, and he was in charge. Without him, I probably would not have achieved some of the success I had, because he would get me up to do the 6 o'clock radio show, and if we were on the West Coast, we had to do a 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. drive time. On the East Coast, he'd have me up at 4 in the morning and be on the show and for me to promote where we were going and what we were doing. He's the greatest front man.
Oh,
He just
very
can't
nice.
have Hogan's daughter.
He references the feud with Jerry Lawler. What is that all about?
There was, here's a guy that I thought, after all the times that you have said all the negative things about a company, you've shown negative publicity, negative DVDs, videos, you've done everything negative for 10 years against a company. Then he comes along and says, it was business. We had to try to survive. But you said so many negative things about us with what we were doing on a national level, and then you go there and you humble yourself. You humble yourself to lick Bret Hart's boots, to have midgets wrestling with you, and you do all those things, but yet in Memphis, you're the king. And I go set it commentary, and I can't prove it, but I always had a good idea. They send me out to do live commentary on Raw, and you know this from doing this show right here. We're doing tape, so we can stop the tape and redo something if we have to. But if we're going live right now on the internet, and you tell me, here's your headset, and it's not plugged up, and every technician who works for that company is the best, they are the best of what do, my headset wouldn't be plugged up. Jim Ross would throw me a question, I couldn't hear him. Who did it? Did Ross do it, or did Lawler do it? One of those two people were involved in it. Sometimes my microphone would not even be turned on. They'd ask me the question, I could hear it, but I couldn't answer it. When I'd answer, they'd say, well, I guess Honky Tonk Man don't have a comment about that. Because the show moves real fast. We're sitting here looking at this screen right now, this monitor, right? I can see those questions. And when you're doing commentary, you don't watch the matches. You don't watch the ring. You watch what's on the screen. Because what's on the screen is what's going on outside to people. So if you look up in the ring and go, holy Christ, there's so-and-so coming in. Well, there's no camera on them. You have to watch the monitor. It's kind of like flying an airplane. You don't look out in the sky. You look at the instruments. So you call the whole thing right. I'd show up. My monitor wasn't plugged in. This is live Raw on USA Network, and that does not happen. It's just something that doesn't happen.
Did you say anything to anyone there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Jake Roberts would put me on the commentary. Vince Russo would go pull me off. I'd say, Jake, am I going out for this? He says, yeah. Jake would, I'd say, no, they just scratched me. Jake would go to Vince and say, they just scratched him. Vince would go over, tell Russo, put him back on. Russo had a hard on for me, and Russo and I can't prove that Lawler and Ross had something to do with it, but I blame them. Here's why. We did WrestleMania 13 in Chicago. They sent me out to do commentary with Rocky Johnson, The Rock, the Kid and the Dad, Sheik, and the Sultan. That was a match. Sheik and Sultan against Rocky Johnson and The Rock. Sheik in a corner, Rocky Johnson in the corner, and The Rock and the Sultan. Anyway, I'd been so pissed off about the way this whole TV thing had gone, about what they were trying to fuck me around.